Good evening and welcome to the Oliveboard platform. My name is Marut Sharma, your logical reasoning expert, and we are gathered here today to have a quick, fast-paced session, practice session on the logical reasoning questions, mixed questions of logical reasoning of good level, right? So let's start right away. This is the very first question, a very popular question type these days. So quickly answers in the chat box, everybody. So in this particular question, if you observe a lot of students, how do they approach this question is, they will just stepwise, like each option they will solve and they will check, they will confirm and they will mark the answer. Because what they do is, so what has been done here is, due to this slight rearrangement, a simple letter analogy question will also take some time when you're attempting it in the examination. So you need to thoroughly understand how you can approach this to save time, not the conventional method. So always look for things which are common. If you observe the left hand side, you will see that nothing much is common, but on the right hand side, you can see AM or BN. They are common things. So let's pick up AM here. So I will have dash DK, which is analogous to dash AM. Because I'm not sure of the first letter, so I'm not writing the first letter. So what is happening here? 4 and A, 1 minus 3, and 11 and 13 plus 2. Okay, now I'll have to confirm with this. So I will say dash LQ and I will check. So I had subtracted 3 to get A, so probably I'll add here to go back. So 12 plus 3 is, and I added 2, so I'll subtract 2. So 17 minus 2 is also good. Now double O, I have this option. Now I'll confirm for the first letter. So I'll say this is C, this is A. What is happening here? 1 and 3 plus 2 again. So here we had N plus 2 should be P. And is it working out? Yes, it is working out for this very option. So option B is my correct answer. What is the logic here? The logic is not that you are going to the direct correct answer or you are rejecting the other options. You are simply picking up the option which might be the best possible answer and then verifying it. So most of the times only checking one answer is going to give you the correct one. Next question. In this question, the statement say some poems are horses. So some poems are horses. All horses are toys and all toys are ships. All toys being poems is a possibility. Poems and toys are related by a sum. So all will definitely be a correct possibility. And some horses are ships. See, all horses are ships. So some horses are definitely ships. So this is also correct. So both conclusion 1 and 2 follow. Option A is the correct answer, right? Next. How is F related to H? Right. So F related to H, we only need this much probably. So F at the rate G, F is the daughter of G. G ampersand H, G is the husband of H. So H has to be the wife, of course. So F is the daughter of H. Option A is the correct answer. Pretty easy. For this question, this is actually easy, it's not difficult. The statement reads that extensive use of pesticides in agricultural production contaminates soil and water, remains in the crops, and finally enters the food chain, thereby posing threat to the human beings. What are the inferences? Okay. Inferences means there are kind of conclusions, but kind of meanings rather, which you can derive from parts of the statements as well. Excessive use of pesticides in agricultural production is not good for people. Yes, that's true. And excessive use of pesticides in agricultural production can have a bad effect on water. It does. It contaminates soil and water. So both is absolutely right. Pretty easy question. But next one is going to be a banger. Check this one. Common misconception for a lot of students. See, generally what happens is, this is the cause and effect question, okay? So country X reduced their crude oil import by 6% in the last 5 years. This is the statement. And the other one says the automobile industry in country X has witnessed a sharp decline of 13% in its growth margin this year. When you want to identify them as cause and effect, you put a because in between. So you read it as country X reduced their crude oil import by 6% in the last 5 years because the automobile industry in the country X has witnessed a sharp decline of 13% in its growth margin this year. And I don't know why there is some sort of a connection in your head. You think that probably the crude oil imports are decreased because the automobile industry is not performing well. So that as many cars are not being sold and hence they need less fuel. So probably that is a relation. So you easily relate this like this. You read it like this with because. So you make sense that say 2 is the cause and 1 is the effect. And you end up marking option C, which is absolutely incorrect. See, this is what happens. This is an illusion which is being created in your head because of the words which are being picked up. Read it carefully. Country X reduced their crude oil import by 6%. Till here it is fine. In the last 5 years. So this is not a sudden reduce. It is a gradual reduce in the last 5 years. Read the other one independently. The automobile industry in country X has witnessed a sharp decline of 13%. Okay. In its growth margin this year. That does not mean that the automobile sales have declined sharply. What they're trying to say is if the growth margin was, let's say 40%, it is now 27%, but it is still growing. The rate of growth has slowed down. Okay. Now, this is over the period of 5 years, the crude oil reduction, and this is just this year. So they couldn't have predicted this beforehand that particular year the automobile industry is going to see a sharp decline in their growth margin and hence let's start reducing for the next 5 years. No, this is actually they are not related in terms of cause and effect as all. It's just an illusion which is there in your head. So will they be independent causes? No. 99% never will they be independent causes unless there are some universal truths or causes which lead to a definite effect. So my only answer is option A, both 1 and 2 are effects of independent causes. This is a previous year question. Next. Pretty easy this one is actually. 743 and 521. Look at these numbers closer to the squares. So 7 square is 49 minus 6. This is 25 minus 4. It's pretty clear. 3 into 2, 43. And 5 square minus 2 into 2, 21. If you look at the first option, 11 square minus 5 into 2 is 111. So option A is the correct answer. Next. Which two signs should be interchanged to make the given equation correct? Which two signs should be interchanged to make the given equation correct? Two approaches again. You can either eliminate from the options, or you can actually solve it partially and check what exactly can be the error. Right? So if you want to eliminate from the options, look at the division sign. The division seems to fit perfectly here as of now. 4 divided by 16 is 1 by 4, and this will get cancelled with 24 to give you 6. This will come out to be 6. Okay, so if I change divide with plus, it's not going to make any sense here. So this is definitely not my answer. If I change divide with into, so 24 divided by 4 is 6. 6 into 16 is 96. 96, 32 and 64 will never yield 90 as my answer. So this is also eliminated. Okay, now plus is definitely going to go. If I exchange plus with multiply, just look at this number. This is 600 of the range of 600. Never going to come to 90. So I'm only going to be left with option B. This is a smart move actually. You have eliminated 3 options and you're only left with one option. Be very confident of that. Mark it and move ahead in the exam. Please strictly do not check it. You don't need to, provided you are that confident of your calculations. Okay. Otherwise, what was the other option was that you could have simply solved this. So we got 6 here and we could have seen 32 plus 6. So this is 38 minus 64 is a negative number. That means something has to change here. What is that change? This, we need to reduce this, we need to increase this this number. That means you have to make it positive and make this negative. If we exchange it, you get it here. 32 plus 64 is 96 minus 6 is 90. That's it. Okay. Next. This is actually a good question. Try this one. See, by default, what will happen is you will look at the letters and you will be like, okay, 18, 3, 21, 6. You'll think about reverse here. 25, 10, 5, 16. Nothing is making sense. Okay, nothing is making sense. Observe it very carefully. 5 and 16. What is happening is you are adding 11. And now this will make sense immediately. 16 plus 11 is 27, which is 1. So this is also plus 11. Okay, now observe it here. 18 and 11 is 29. 29 is C. And 3 and 11 is 14. So this is also plus 11 plus 11. So now we know whatever is not following this plus 11 is going to be our answer. 21 and 11. 21 and 11 is 32. 32 minus 6 is 6. So this is also right. So 25 and 10. 25 plus 11 is 36. 36 minus 26 is 10. So this is also 11 so far. Okay. 6 plus 11 is 17. 10 plus 11 should have been 21U. So option C is the odd one out. Okay. Next. %90 of a number is 621. So what is the number? 10 by 9 into 621, correct? If 9 by 10 of x is 621, x is 621 into 10 by 9. They are asking of this number, what is 50% of 20%? Cancelled. What is the answer? Option D. Okay. Next. Chinese coding. Delete the option which is not there. So in die, in this question, die, wherever die is not there. So let us do it. Is komoyozu, delete. Komoyozu, okay. And this or that is gaturu. So gaturu. You're left with two options. But if you observe carefully, there is no KU anywhere. So you're only left with SU as the correct answer for die. Always will be easier to solve with option elimination for Chinese coding. Observe the question carefully. Now see, if you want, you can plot the whole tree actually. Okay. But what you can also quickly do is just look at the options. What all do they want you to check? They want you to check between C and Z, V and Z, T and C, T and S. So this is what you need to draw. Okay, plot only this much. T ampersand Z, T is the mother of Z. Z dollar S, Z is the brother of S. S at the rate V, S is the son of V. V at the rate C, V is the son of C. C is the paternal grandmother of Z, so just check this one also. C percent Y, C is the sister of Y. Yeah, C is the paternal grandmother of Z, absolutely right. V is the father of Z, absolutely correct. T is the daughter of C, no, T is the daughter-in-law of C. So this is what we were looking for. Which of the following is not correct? Don't forget this. Okay. Next. This one is pretty easy actually. Very easy. As compared to what we have been doing so far, this is much easier. Okay, so what exactly is happening here is 19, 20, so plus 1, 1 minus 1, 14, 15 plus 1, 3, 2 minus 1, 20, 21 plus 1, 9, 8 minus 1, 15, 16 plus 1, 14, 13 minus 1. Okay, and it has got nothing to do with vowels or consonants. It's just alternate. So how will televise be written in that language? So 20, just look at anything if it is different in all 4 cases. I can't see anything of that sort. Okay, something or the other is being repeated, so we need to check. T plus 1 is definitely not S. Now UD, okay, L plus A1 is definitely not N again. So UDMD, this is what we need to check. So plus 1 again. So V plus 1 is W. So option D is the right answer. Okay. Cool. Next. This one you can do verbally. You don't even have to draw anything. $135 clockwise, 90 anti-clockwise, 45 clockwise, 135 anti-clockwise. 135, 135 will get cancelled. Same movements in both the directions. 45 clockwise, 90 anti-clockwise. So overall movement is 45 anti-clockwise. She started from southeast. By moving 45 anti-clockwise, she is going to be in the east. Everything you have done verbally only in your head. But I'll show it to you, of course. $135 clockwise, 90 anti-clockwise, 45 clockwise, 135 anti-clockwise. Whenever you see the same, exact same numbers on both the ends, just cancel them. Now larger minus smaller, so 90 minus 45 is 45, and the direction of the larger one, so anti-clockwise. This is the net movement. She started from southeast, okay, and now she's moved 45 degree anti-clockwise. So where is she now? In the east. Done. Option A. Okay. Next. Doctors married females. Some doctors are married, some doctors are females, some females are married, and some of them can be all 3 of them. So option B is the best answer here. Okay. Next. This is a good one actually. This is actually a very interesting question. Just look at the movements element wise. If you just mix all the movements, you will not be able to visualize what is happening. Okay. So look at them element wise, one by one. Let's start with the square. How is the square moving? So the square has moved 1 step to the right from here to here. Then 2 steps to the right from here to here. Now a lot of you, what you think is it is further moving 2 steps to further. But that's not how you're checking. Your movement usually happens in these cases like this, right? So once it is done here, you start from here again. You start from here again. That's exactly what you're doing here. So 1 step here, 2 steps here. From here, it is going 1, 2, 3. 3 steps here. So now it will go 1, 2, 3, 4. It will exactly be at the same place just below it. The square. So this option is not possible. This option is not possible. Only C and D are possible. Okay. Now, if you observe these two, triangle is at the same position. So you're wasting your time checking the triangle now. What is left? Only the X, the cross is going to give you the correct answer. Cross was here, bottom left, top right. Bottom left, top right. So bottom left again. So this is also gone. Option C is the correct answer. Alright. Good one. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching till here. And do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and share this video across platforms. I'll keep meeting you for more such short, crisp practice videos with good level of questions. Bye-bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.